on, Spurs fans? Spurs Nation 87. Game 2 of the 2016 NBA Western Conference quarterfinals. Our Spurs beat the Memphis Grizzlies 94-68 in a 24-point blowout. Now, before I get to what I'm about to say about this game, shout outs to, first off, my Spurs fairy love. Love you, baby. Also, big shout outs to the Spurs fan cave. My buddy Joe Garcia, Martin M. Dominguez, and then the super fans of the fan cave. Spurs Phenom, big shout out to you, bro. Old School McGee, and also shout outs to the Spurs man. The more of the super fans, we got the Spurs man, we've got Spurs Bane, the Spurs Mariachi Sparachi. Who else do we have? Spurs Big Homie. If anyone can send this out to the Spartans, big shout out to the Spartans as well. The Spurs Hulk. The Spurs Bat Fan. The Batman, but the Bat Fan is what he's called, Rob Bolivares. And then El Sporado, Richard Alvarado, I'm sorry. And then also we've got shout outs for our international Spurs fans. We've got Taro Katani from Japan, Spurs Angel Shade for the Philippines, Antonio Monaco from Italy. And also we got shout outs to make here on Facebook as well. We've got Jose Laro, Roland Diaz, Peter Martinez, and then the biggest Danny Green fan, Israel Camacho. We've got Deidre Angela, Jed Angelo Dizon Pataya, if I pronounced your name wrong, I'm sorry, but a big shout out to Jed Pataya. Then we've got Jeanette Prado, David Silvas, Sam Cavadonga Jr., Jacob Rodriguez, Jared Spurs Aces, Elron Sunev, Jake Jefferson Yusop, Angel Martinez, Syed Malik, let me see, Javier Martinez, Ronnie Washington, Albert Garza, Arthur Talamantes Jr., Sonia Guerra, Joe Rangel, and then Los Spurs True. Let me see who else. Robert Rodela, Carlos and Rosen Martinez, and then Belia Santos Benavides. Big shout out to all you guys. Let me see. And also a big shout out to Rosen Trujillo. And to the Spurs. You know what? I almost forgot. We have another Spurs super fan, the Spurs Spider-Man. Big shout out to Carlos. All right, guys. Well, this was a good game, but then kind of sloppy too, because with all the turnovers that the Spurs have committed, I've said this time and time again, just like everyone else has said this. When you're turning over the ball constantly, it changes games. It can change a game within an instant. So the Spurs have to do a better job at taking care of the ball much better. There's no need for these turnovers. It's inexcusable. Period. But they still managed to beat the Grizzlies somehow. And I even told y'all. There was going to be some way, somehow, that this Grizzlies team was going to end up beating the Spurs. And if it would have been one way, it would have been for turnovers that the Spurs were committing. But the turnovers, like I said, the Spurs got to do a better job taking care of the ball. But you know what? With Game 3 tonight, I know they'll do a much better job. Like I said, they just got to, be more careful with the ball movement. Yes, they are one of the best passing teams. Everyone knows that. but you gotta be careful on who you're passing to, because you don't want to end up passing to the wrong person, because when you pass the wrong person, it's like, okay, well, they're playing for us, so I'll give it to him or whatever. So you gotta be more careful on when passing the ball. But that, I mean, a great, not a great win, but a good one by our Spurs. I mean, like I said, they could have done better. Uh, so they take game two, and the series is now 2-0. So let me get to some stats here real quick. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit unprepared, and I apologize for that. Sorry, give me a minute here. Okay, here we go. For the Spurs in game two, Kevin Martin was a spark off the bench with uh, 10 points. Patty Mills, also a spark off the bench with 16. Kawhi Leonard had 13. And LaMarcus Aldridge had 10. Oof, that's pretty much just about everyone who had scored in double figures, which is not good. But other than that, like I said, the turnovers was a big concern for the Spurs, and there should be and I mean absolutely no excuse at all whatsoever for this team to be committing them for so many turnovers. It's ridiculous, you know. But when you have games like that, like I said, I mean it happens. It happens to every team. To all the teams, to all the top teams, to the somewhat good teams. But I mean it happens to mostly like the worst teams. But other than that, it happens to every single team in every game. Teams are going to commit over 10 turnovers. Sometimes they'll have a game of their life and hardly commit any and keep it under 10, or keep it at 10 or under 10. But I know the Spurs are going to look over the mistakes of what they did do, what they weren't supposed to do, what they did wrong. But like I said, teams make mistakes. It happens. But you know what? The best way to improve your game, go over the tape, see what you did wrong, and find a way to improve on that. So I expect a much better performance from the Spurs and keep those turnovers to a minimum, because that could have been one. I mean, that could have been one way. That one way the Grizzlies could have beat the Spurs. And I even said there's going to be a game, and I know there's going to be at least one game that the Grizzlies can beat the Spurs in, and that would be turnovers. So the Spurs got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball. Like I said, good ball movement, but they got to be careful on how they move the ball. But again, they beat the Grizzlies 94-68. What more can you say? I'm sorry, it was 26-point blowout game. Like I said, not a good game, not a great game, but a good game. Like I said, we all expect a much better game tonight. Hopefully, with this first team, hopefully they learn from mistakes and they play much better Spurs basketball tonight as of what it was from game two. All right, guys. Well, I really don't have much to talk about right now, but this game two video, hopefully, will get y'all pumped up for tonight. Everyone's already thinking it's a sweep. I'm still saying in 5. If it's a sweep, you know what? That'll give the Spurs time to rest up and get ready for the next series between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. Mainly, it probably will be the Thunder. It probably will be. But we'll see what happens tonight. I will see y'all guys. I will talk to y'all guys soon. Thank y'all thank y'all very much for your support and watching the video. And Thank y'all for letting me give shout outs to y'all because, like I said, it's always about y'all and it always will be about y'all. Thank you guys for all your support. And also, big shout outs to all of the San Antonio Spurs groups, all Spurs groups, the Spurs fan, and also the Spurs fan page, the Spurs Nation fan page, and the Spurs Ferry fan page as well. We thank you guys for all your support, all the love that you give us. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys. Well, I'm out. Again, thank you for tuning in. Game 3, it's on tonight. Until then, go Spurs, go!